So today I wanted to talk about Mass Effect 2. Uh, I don't know how many of you have actually played Mass Effect 2, but it is a brilliant game. By the way, cheers. Um, I started off playing Mass Effect 1. I think it was I think it was on the Xbox One when I first played it. I then went from Xbox to PC. And it initially got my liking because I'm a massive uh, Star Wars fan, and I think that was the whole leading into a thing, like the mere fact that like the similarities it has to like Star Wars and sort of I guess in a way Star Trek. It had me just instantly addicted, and here's 10 reasons why. Firstly, exploration. If you played the first Mass Effect, you would know that when you enter a planet, you so basically if anyone hasn't played it, you land on this planet and you have this kind of this vehicle. It's kind of like I guess a Jeep meets a Hummer, and so you basically what you do is you explore the planet and you can find a lot of really cool things. You can find like bosses and like different resources, stuff like that. And so you go along and you explore the planets, and then eventually you come to a planet which has a quest or a objective in it. And so you go along, and when you reach that planet that has the objective in it, you basically you can see the objective on your map, and you follow that, and you do whatever you do, whether it be killing some alien robots or taking down some alien species. I mean, it's varied, but yeah. So that is basically when I fell in love with Mass Effect, and then number two came out, which in my opinion is the best Mass Effect game ever. Not just because of the storyline, but also the gameplay. Um, Arguably, number three had the better sort of first-person shooter experience, but I found that overall the whole experience, number two was just it was the best by far. And yeah, so that's basically when I fell in love with Mass Effect, and I had so much fun with because if you've actually played any of the Mass Effect, you know that there are just a whole bunch of like side stories and stuff like that. There's stuff you can do. You can get in relationships. It's a little weird, but you can get in relationships with the aliens in your team, and you can develop friendships and stuff like that. But the best way I could probably describe Mass Effect is it's Star Wars meets COD, kind of. So you've got sort of, you have these like almost what you would call force abilities, where you can do like what's called a throw, where you can if you're playing online, you can knock players flying, or if you're playing the just the campaign, you can knock the monsters or the aliens, whatever you want to call them. You can knock them flying, or you can create singularities, which basically make the opposition sort of float in the air. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. So in comparison, I would say that of all the sort of sci-fi games that I've actually played, I would probably put Mass Effect in my top three. Yeah. Um, but it's not just the actual action. Granted, the action's a lot of fun. But the story, like the story is number one. Like it's the best sort of storyline I played in a sci-fi RPG ever, basically. Like, I mean, I started off playing I think my very first game was Heroes of Might and Magic, which I will make a video about. But yeah, so like I used to play KOTOR, which is actually made by the same people. But this was like, it had similarities to Knights. Sorry, if you don't know what KOTOR is Knights of the Old Republic, which was a Star Wars role-playing game. And it had similarities to it, like the design, the speech and all that, being able to choose different options. You know, you could be a real boss, or you could be a Mr. Nice Guy, or you could be something in between. But I think what made Mass Effect so much better was just the characters. Like the characters in this game, like you actually start to really, really care about. I can still remember, I believe he was in the first game, and it comes to you when just before you become a Spectre. And if you've played this game, you know a Spectre is basically gives you all access, clear pass to basically the whole galaxy. But he's one of the first characters you meet, and I just remember meeting him and thinking just what a cool character he was. And yeah, I guess number one was when I fell in love with it. Number two, when I was like, okay, this is one of the best games I've ever played. But yeah, if you guys have any comments, if you think that it was a better Mass Effect game out there, I'll probably disagree, but we can have a discussion. So any comments, like, subscribe, you know, tell me what you think. Do you think number 3 is better? Do you think number 1's better? I mean, yeah, let's have a discussion. All right, guys, cheers for that, and let's see what happens.